What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and we have good news on emissions and, I don't know, news on emissions. Last time we spoke, they were combining a bunch of congressional review acts into one bill. Then they put that on the floor for a vote, and somebody got their panties in a wad. And then they had to split things up again. And then they put it back up for a vote to reconsider all of them individually, which passed. And then we got some that passed yesterday about 5 o'clock and one that was postponed. The good news is one of them did pass that will limit California CARB. So that is a win. One of them that did pass will limit California CARB. We're going to roll the intro, and I'm going to talk about which ones passed, which ones are still pending, and where we go from here. All right. Welcome on back to TK's Garage. What I'm going to do now is we're going to put some images up here on the screen. So the first Congressional Review Act that has passed the House, which is now currently in the Senate, is House Joint Resolution 89. It provides congressional disapproval under Chapter 8 of Title 5 USC, United States Code, if you don't know what that is, of the rules submitted by the EPA relating to the California State Motor Vehicle Engine and non-road engine pollution control standards, the Omnibus Low NOx Regulation, or the waiver for that. Gone. It's done. Now, I've had a lot of people asking, does this mean that you could buy like lawnmowers and things like that again? I don't know if if House Joint Resolution 89 has to deal with that, or it has to deal with NOx from diesel engines or like cars that would be on a track, like drag racing car. Like this looks like, I mean, it could be construed as that. I mean, if you're doing like four-wheelers and Polarises and things of that nature, maybe. But I'm going to have to get into the complete rule and see, but it does remove that waiver. That waiver is now gone for California. They can no longer use it. Well, still has to pass the Senate. President has to sign it. So, but this is the progress of where we're at right now. Next, let's get to the next one. All right, this next one also goes towards California and pulling them back. House Joint Resolution 87, we'll put it on the screen, provides congressional disapproval under Chapter 8 of Title 5 for the United States Code of the rule submitted by the EPA relating to the California State Motor Vehicle and Engine Pollution Control Standards for heavy-duty vehicles, engine emission warranties, and maintenance provisions, and the Advanced Clean Trucks Zero Emission Powertrain Certification. Now, this was the Congressional Review Act that had language in there that also talked about useful life on emission systems. That's huge. Passed. It's here. Passed. It is now also in the Senate. The one that is stuck, and I think it's just because people got tired of arguing with these bums yesterday, to be honest with you, is House Joint Resolution 88. Let me show you that one here. All right, so this one here is House Joint Resolution 88, which is providing congressional disapproval under Chapter 8 of Title 5 of the United States Code for the rules submitted by the EPA relating to the California State Motor Vehicle and Engine Pollution Control Standards Advanced Clean Cars 2 waiver. Now, this would be part of the EV mandate. Now, this was the last, it was funny, it's like they didn't go in order. They did 87, they did 89, they got back to 88. There was a bunch of debate, people going back and forth, people in opposition to it, obviously from California, Democrats, of course. And as of yesterday, in the Committee of Energy and Commerce, the House, as of April 30th of 2025, have postponed proceedings. At the conclusion of debate on HJ Res 88, the chair put the question on passage of the joint resolution and by voice vote announced that the ayes had prevailed. Mr. Pallone demanded the yeas and nays, and the chair postponed further proceedings until a time to be announced. So basically what happened was they did a vote, ayes, nays, and they were like, oh, the ayes have it. And then one of the Dems basically went, whoa, 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 whoa. We want them on the record for the yeas and nays. And the chair basically suspended proceedings at that point. So what's basically going to happen is this. It'll come down to a House floor vote where you'll see it on C-SPAN and it'll be like yay, nay, and they'll click the little button and they'll vote that way on this. And it will probably happen next week. I don't think it's going to happen before Friday. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening today or tomorrow. It's probably going to happen next week if it does. And the way that the House is, just like, it's the most government in the U.S., man, is just the most inefficient, just time wasting. But there are some positives for people that have trucks, heavy duty trucks, diesel trucks. That part passed. This part has to deal with the Clean Cars 2 waiver, which is the electric vehicle mandate. Okay. That's going to be done anyway when the big, beautiful bill goes through, because Stop CARB and the Transportation Freedom Act are part of that big, beautiful bill. So I'm not stressing about the EV mandate for cars in California, but if you have a diesel truck in California right now, I'd be excited. Because like I said, in that Congressional Review Act and in that thing, they tried to, part of that rule was to not have a useful life on those emission systems. Well, if they've pulled that rule back now, can we say that the emission system is past its useful life and remove it? Are we able to delete diesel trucks? I know one thing for sure, which we found out this week, the EPA, and I've seen people argue about this. Oh, they're still enforcing, they're still arresting. Show me one new company that's been indicted in February or March or April, just one. Show me one for selling defeat devices or actively. Show me a shop that's been prosecuted or fined for deleting a diesel. You're not going to find one. They're not enforcing right now. They literally laid off and bought out thousands of enforcement agents at the EPA. That is not their concern right now. Okay? Does that mean that it's legal? It's up for your interpretation. The way I look at things might not be the way that you look at things. So consult your attorney. How about that? But this is good news. This is another step forward in the right direction. And to see this going on with Congress and seeing Congress looking at investigating whether they should be getting money back or making whole diesel shops that were attacked by the Biden EPA, I think we're starting to roll in the right direction. But who am I, man? I'm just a third-rate YouTuber, according to the internet. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.
For the longest time. Whoa. For the longest time.
Percocet, Miley Percocet, Miley Percocet,